evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. I'm your host, Victor Martinez Jr., host of the High Tonight Show. We got a badass show for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How the fuck we doing, guys? Make some noise! Oh, God. We got a good show for you. Our musical conductor, usually here sitting right beside me, Norman Davis, is unfortunately out of town. So we got our musical guest is going to be playing in for him. Guys, make some noise. RubiRosa's in the motherfucking house. He's going to be coming out here later on this evening, and we're going to have his music featured all throughout the episode, playing us in and out. We have some very funny comedians in the house tonight, guys. Make some noise for Armando Torres coming out later on tonight, too. Put your hands together for Armando. Yeah. And, of course, our other very special guest, Shaun Keren in the motherfucking house. Yeah. Yes. It's going to be a good show tonight, guys. Real good show. Real tight show. So, let's get this monologue out of the way, shall we? I'm gonna catch you up with what's been going on with my family and shit. My son, my beautiful son River, is gonna be 2 in November, and me and his mom were talking about it. She's real sad, man. You know, he's not gonna be a baby forever. She's slowly realizing this, and she was looking at me. She's like, "I want another baby. Give me another boy." I'm like, first of all, I can't just give you a boy, okay? And it's kind of a 50-50 deal. And we could will one into existence. And you can't just make another life because you get bored of the first one. Imagine that conversation one day. He's gonna be asking like, "Hey, why'd you give me a sibling?" "Oh, I don't know, because we got bored of you." Yeah, you stopped being cute one day, and we just decided. Speaking of blowing loads, raw loads, hardcore loads, motherfucking, the NRA is going broke, guys. I'm a Texan. This hits real close to home. They're running out of money. They're not running out of bullets, mind you. But, hey guys, how about sell a few of those fucking guns? Maybe you won't be in this situation. Speaking of the rich going poor and the poor fucking the rich, Betsy DeVos' yacht was set adrift by vandals in Ohio, which is pretty funny. Good job, guys. It was really terrible for her. She had to figure out which of her other 9 yachts to cry in about it that night. Fucking rich bitch. I don't see what the big deal is. The administration she worked for has had this whole country adrift for a couple of years now. Another Trump minion, Paul Manafort. You guys remember him? He's going to jail soon, possibly. And he was apparently spending millions of dollars on, suits? He spent like $18,000 on an ostrich jacket, which he's really, he's used to that shit. He's always had his head in the sand about his boss. And motherfucking, guys, $18,000 on suits. Wait till he goes to prison. They're going to give him one nice little cheap orange suit to wear for the rest of his days. Let's see what else is going on. It's Obama's birthday. Happy birthday, Obama. My favorite. I didn't vote for him either, but, good for him, man. It's, we'd know if it was his birthday if he had just released those motherfucking birth certificates, right, guys? Obama's kind of like a kid, who made a sandcastle for 8 years, and then an orange kid ran along and stomped it down in 5 seconds. It sucks for him, but what are you going to do? Speaking of the orange kid, Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, said he's not sure if collusion is a crime. He says, I don't know if it's illegal, but if we did it, it's not legal. If we didn't do it, if it's illegal, we don't know. All right, we're going to look into it. That's what they're saying. And let's round this all off with Jeff Sessions, the #1 asshole in the marijuana world. He was called upon by President Trump to, what was it, Eric? To end
the investigation on the obstruction of justice.
Yeah, the obstruction of justice. And I say, first end the investigation of obstructing our justice, okay? Leave marijuana alone, Sessions, and then you can go fucking play with your boss. Anyways, guys, what do you say? Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. High Tonight Show, episode 18. Let's get the show on the road. You can put your hands together for our very first guest. I love him. He was on the first season. Ladies and gentlemen, Armando Torres!
Yeah! Hello! Hello. Am I in frame? Yeah, look at that. Hi Tonight Show, tallest guest. I'm going to knock that down. I'm going to break it. The thing is they said the Hi Tonight Show, and I thought they just meant really high up, you know? I am the best guest for this show. I'm so stoned. I'm so stoned, and I smell. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm high out of my mind, and I didn't smoke any blunts. I smoked 4 hits of a single blunt. You guys smoke weed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed anymore. Despite all of this shit. I'm sorry, I just heard random hip hop, and I thought that's the punishment you get for smoking weed when you say something. It's just you smoke weed and then hip hop starts playing. I don't know. I used to smoke a lot of weed. Now I don't smoke any weed. It's just I don't know. I don't like being high, you know. Or being high is fine. I don't like people that smoke weed. Do you guys know what I mean? Do you understand? I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't get weed. You know, like I went to a dispensary to buy some weed, and I don't know anything. She was like, "What weed do you want?" And I just said, "Give me the best weed." And so she just opened a jar and was like, "Here, smell this." It smelled terrible, alright? All weed smells terrible, alright? I know you guys don't want to face it. You don't want to believe it. Let me ask you a question. What do you call the best smelling weed? Dank. That's a basement, dog. The best smelling weed smells like living with your mom. I don't like smoking weed despite every hypocrisy that's going on right now. I just don't like I don't like being high, you know? It's a weird feeling. It's because every time I've ever been high, the only thing I can think about is that my mom knows I'm high, you know? Wherever she is, she knows I'm high. Even if she's on YouTube.com watching the Hi Tonight Show, she'll know. That's it. It's crazy. I don't know. Could you imagine trying to convince somebody that's never smoked? Because you never meet anybody. You go, if you ask any person and you're like, do you smoke weed? They either go, yes, I smoke weed, let's smoke weed. Or they say, no, but I used to. Nobody hasn't smoked weed anymore, you know? And it's weird. Imagine convincing somebody who's never smoked weed. Do you know how insane you would sound? You just be like, hey man, do you want to be sleepy but not tired? You know? You want to be hungry for 2 different foods from 2 separate restaurants? Well then smoke this and cough for 5 minutes straight and then question every conversation you've ever had. That got sad. I think it's hard to make fun of the one thing that makes all of your lives worth living, you know? That's I roasted Victor a little bit. Oh, you're just lighting up another blunt. He forgot that he had a blunt. Now he tricked me. He gave me the blunt. I'm grandfathered in to smoke this blunt. Victor's got a kid. Victor, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you know that it's yours?
Yeah.
Okay. How sure are you?
Like 99.
99%. That's what my dad always used to say. My dad used to be like, I love you and I'm your dad, but I want you to know there's always the 1%. You know, the test always tells you it's 99% sure. My dad was a dick. My dad was a kid when he had a child, so he still acted like a kid. Like I remember I would play Madden, you know, football games. I would play football with my dad, and then he would win, and then he would just be like, "Yeah, take that, you little bitch," to his son, to just a baby. And then the worst part is he would talk shit on my mom. He'd be like, "Ah, yeah, that's how I fucked your mom last night." I was like, "You probably did, dude. Come on." And then I got pissed off one time. He said something about my mom, and I said, "No, your mom." And then he paused the game, and he was like, "I'm telling grandma, dude. That's not cool." That guy's a dick. I started thinking about. I think I know that I'm an adult now because when I hang out with my friends, I'm no longer afraid that they're gonna hit me in the nuts. You know, that's the only reason. I don't have that fear anymore. I hang out with a group of guys and I'm not always protecting my balls. You know, it's crazy. I figured out the only reason, because the people who did that were friends you grew up with. And I'm trying to think, why did I even become friends with these people? And I didn't. Do you know why you're friends with who you grew up with? It's because growing up with somebody in your neighborhood, all that means is that somebody's dad came at the same time your dad did. All right? That's what... Each one of your friends growing up was just another dude in the general area also coming at roughly the same time. You know what schools are? Schools are just like a museum of every dude coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Armando Torres.
Yeah! Woo! Let's make some more noise for Armando. Yeah! I'm glad to have you back on.
I'm glad to barely fit in your garage.
Yeah. I know, man. I mean, what do you think? We've had it's a little change from last season.
This is the much better set.
Yeah.
It feels so much cooler in here than it did at the other place.
It's more of a hot box. It's easier to get high as
yeah.
fuck in this tight space, you know. And you're right. You are the perfect guest for the show because I can hide right behind you and you can't see me. Most guests, whenever they're doing their set or whatever, I'm just like, man, I should just choose a side to be on. But you, I can hide perfectly behind you. I'm like, you know, you're like the moon and I'm like the sun and we just eclipse and it's perfect.
You shouldn't even use this curtain. You should just have me behind you.
Yeah, I'm just going to get you to wear a green shirt and everything.
That'd I can do it. Every once in a while you just saw that just scratching.
What you been up to?
You
just got a new tattoo, right?
I did. I got a snake.
Show the tattoo. Yeah, that's pretty sick, man.
Okay.
Why'd you do that?
Honestly, I just like snakes. But I didn't want to be a guy that owned a snake. So now I have
they're not really good pets.
No, they're.
And if you lose one, it's just like that's scarier than a ghost. I mean, it's just fucking. It's out there somewhere and shit. You know?
That's like. My coworker told me he has two. I think they're called Himalayan cockroaches as pets. And I just got to think like. If you lost them, I would just move. Just move.
Yeah.
Those are two rat-sized cockroaches that just know that you're the enemy.
Yeah, they hiss, don't they?
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. I'm not interested.
So do snakes.
Hissing animals, insects, and whatever. You know. So what you been doing in comedy? You're part of a podcast now.
I am. I'm part of a podcast. It's called Cult Podcast.
Check it out.
Check it out. We talk about cults. Before the show, somebody asked what my podcast was, and I said Cult Podcast, but they thought I said Coke Podcast. I think that we should make the show and then sell it as the sister show to your show.
Yeah, just like we'll have a whole line of drugs.
Yeah, we're the pre-show. You know, it's an hour long and 5 minutes before your show.
It's perfect because you can't hear the jaws. You know, whenever like they're fucking grinding.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So you guys talk about like different, but there's a lot of cults. I mean, do you talk about general religions too, and or like people who like TV shows and shit like that?
We've talked about a lot of weird shit. We cover every week. We cover another cult, or sometimes we do two. Something that you and Eric might find interesting is we did an episode on the essentially the Patriot movement and part of the alt-right. Where they just, do you guys remember the Bundy standoff? Yeah. So the Bundy standoff was done by the same guys that did the Oregon standoff when they took over the wildlife refuge. A while before that, I think 2 years before that, they did it before in Nevada. So these guys just go around doing this.
Yeah, they just they have guns and they
Yeah.
just fucking fort up at any fucking
Yeah, and it's the same dudes, and it's like, oh come on, like you did it once, that was insane. Why would you do it twice?
Because they got away with it.
They did, yeah, they really did. You lit up another blunt. You just
I tricked you again. Yeah, I love it. You gotta keep it going, man. You're a big boy. Why are you have such a low tolerance?
I used to smoke a lot of weed. I used to smoke an ounce every two weeks, every
That's
paycheck.
right.
I used to smoke an ounce. And then I stopped smoking for several years, and I moved to Los Angeles I was living in San Diego when I started smoking.
Oh, okay.
And then I moved to Los Angeles, and the weed here is insane. I just hadn't smoked for 2 years, so I was like a baby smoking a bong for the first time.
You get all paranoid and shit?
Oh, yeah,
That's the
definitely.
best part. People are like, oh, no, that's what you want, okay? You're supposed to be paranoid. Fucking, everyone's walking around delusional. How are you not? That's supposed to be like a regular state, you know? That's just my thing. I mean, I don't know. Sobriety is just not, it's boring, you know?
Yeah. You sound like a drug addict.
Hey, man! As long as the negative, it'll maintain itself. It's a happy thing. You sound like my dad.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Do you have anything coming up later?
Cold podcast. That's pretty much all we do. I do that. I do shows all over LA and San Diego. In September, I'm going to Chicago for an entire week to help sort of make this show. It's like a secret project that is part of Cult Podcast, and then I'm going to do some shows while I'm out there, so that'll be a lot of fun.
All right, and tell us where you can find you.
Hey, you can find me usually at my girlfriend's house. It's much nicer than mine. You can. The address is no. You can geocache it, I guess, on Instagram or Twitter at Mondo Does Stuff. MANDO Does Stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, Armando Torres!
Yeah!
It's going to be groundbreaking, okay? We've never had a performer like this before. A Latin trap artist, the first time ever. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Rubio!
En el 2001 tumbaron la torre, en el 2002 yo pise territorio americano, en el 2009 a mí me balearon, man. Now I'm 26, todavía yo sigo aquí joseando, buscándome lo mío, sí. Pa' tiene una, él la llama Naria, yo tengo una, yo la llamo la more. Ella tiene 9 balas, la que son hollow tips, ten cuidado, chima y varia, pero ya no veo la novela, no sigo la cartelera, eso no es verdad, eso no es verdad, pero ya no veo la novela, no sigo la.
What's this song called right now?
Yo lo he visto todo, eso más SoundCloud.
Lo he visto todo.
Yo lo he visto todo, like I've seen it all.
Todo. RubiRosa, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Killing that shit. You perform. What languages?
This is Spanish. I'm a Spanish artist. My bad.
Nah, it's killing it. I like that shit.
Yeah, I've been doing music for a little bit. I rarely like perform my music, so it's something that I barely do.
Yeah. And so it's like a mixture of English and Spanish a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. I try to like put some like English words there, so like kind of like somebody that wants to learn Spanish, they'll probably like get the message easier.
And this is a different Spanish than I'm used to. I'm Mexican, right? And so like we have like, I don't know, this text and stuff, like it's all the words are separated as opposed to like I guess the East Coast dialect that you got.
We have like more Caribbean people in the East Coast, more like Dominicans.
Is
I'm
that
Dominican.
you're Dominican?
We have a lot of Puerto Ricans over there, and like mostly like the community is like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans.
And you started out there in New York.
Yeah, I lived in New York for like about 10, 12 years.
10, 12 years.
Yeah.
And I really dig this right here. Where can we find this online at?
My SoundCloud, Un Tigre del Norte.
Un Tigre del Norte. What does that mean in English?
Like a hood nigga from the north side.
I'm glad I asked. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, like or like, you know.
I dig that,
I
man.
guess.
And who are your influences artistically?
I listen to like a lot of like American rappers, like #1 Jay-Z out of everybody.
Jay-Z. You know what, man? I love it when Jay-Z and Kanye get together, man.
Kanye, I love Kanye's song as well.
Yeah.
I really like.
I dig your shit. It reminds me a lot of it because it feels like you do it from the ground up, like very similarly, right? You do the beats and everything.
Not really all the beats.
Yeah.
I do some of my beats, and I get beats from other people like Flesh.
And you collab with a lot of different people out there.
Yeah, I do collab with other people.
You got any anybody you want to mention? You were showing me someone earlier.
This artist, Messine Ashley. She's done some work with Pharrell. She's been around for a little bit. She's also Puerto Rican, from the Bronx as well. We're from the same neighborhood,
And so,
same crowd.
correct me if I'm wrong, I think the top hip hop artist right now is also from the Bronx, isn't he? That little guy, that freaking, what's his name? Tekashi. What do you think about that guy?
No, Tekashi, he's from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican and Mexican.
Yeah, he's a little freak, isn't he? What do you think of that guy?
He's different. He's something different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not your style, right?
His style is crazy. I like his music. It's pretty like he expresses his feelings with his music, so it's something cool. I guess that's what you're supposed to do as an artist.
Right.
I want to see him put out an album and see what's up.
I feel that. And so, do you have any albums yourself coming out?
No, I'm releasing music slowly. I want to release a video.
Cool.
I'll perform the song here for the video.
Cool.
So you guys can see what I'm trying to do.
How's that sound, guys? Hi, Tonight Show. You want to see RubiRosa perform one more time?
¿Dónde están los tigres? Well, my niggas. ¿Dónde están los tigres? Well, my niggas. Well, my niggas. La paz. El trabajo y los cueros. Tu jefa avisó. Ella dijo que viene. Porque todos los heavy. Prendan a los heavy. Esta noche es una fiesta. Ay, hoy no te duermes. Who give a fuck? Who give a fuck? Nobody know. Nobody know. Who give a fuck? Who give a fuck? Nobody know. Nobody know. Turn it up.
So I can sit up, man.
Yeah.
Fresh boys made me do it. He'll figure.
¿Dónde están los tigres? Where all my niggas at? ¿Dónde están los tigres? Where all my niggas at? Where all my niggas? Dominicano del Bronx. Lo hago bien nasty. Pavo del mate. Capeo todo. Nigga, cash out. Yeah, cash out. Nigga, cash out. Yeah, cash out. ¿Dónde están los tigres? Where all my niggas at? ¿Dónde están los tigres? Where all my niggas at? Where all my niggas at?
What's up?
Fresh boys made me do it.
Yeah! Fuck yeah. RubiRosa, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, RubiRosa! Hell yeah, man. What a performer. Fucking rock star. Dig that shit. Alrighty, guys. Let's get the show rolling. We got one more guest for you tonight. Hi Tonight Show, episode 18. Put your hands together. This is my homie right here. Shaun Keren! Yeah! Fucking hilarious. Grab that.
I look like an injured Vin Diesel. I'm up here in a soccer jersey like I can run fast. This is just false advertising. What's that called? Like catfishing. I'm like catfishing people. You know what I'm saying? In person. Yo, this weed is fire, bro. I wish that was a risk, man. Oh man, it's cool. But people, I ain't even gonna do that, bro. I gotta keep it real. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Oh man. Shit. I went to the doctor actually. So after one of my shows, man, a lady came up to me, and she was like, not really a lady. Why am I saying a lady? A woman my age. She came up to me, right? And she was like, hey Shaun, I'm a really big fan of your comedy. You're so vulnerable on stage. I said, I have cerebral palsy. I'm vulnerable everywhere. I'm vulnerable everywhere. The one good thing about having cerebral palsy, I never had to work out. I have retard strength. I have the strength of 10 men. I'm the strongest man in my village. Yeah, I was a wrestler in high school. It would be cool. I was like the team's rally dog. It would be like the end of the practice, the end of the match. They'd look over at me like, even he's doing it. I was like the human Gatorade commercial. It was like, Gatorade Edge. Even Shaun's doing it. I lived in Philly for 6 years, man. 6 years. Everybody in Philly is a boxer or an ex-boxer. You know what I'm saying? They took one look at me, the people on my block, they were like, he's punch drunk. He might be a legend. He might be a legend. Now, it was cool, man, but I learned jiu-jitsu there for 1 month in Philly. After my first practice, like the professor, the sensei, took me to the back room, man, and he was like, hey, man, Shaun, you could be real with me. Be real. You have MS? I said, I don't know. Do I get a discount? I'll have MS. You know what I'm saying? Do I get a discount? I'll have that shit. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I went to the doctor to get to get my rec the other day. He took one look at me. He was like, he needs it. These dispensaries hitting up my phone at the precise time, man. They hit me up every day payday, like right when I cash right when my direct deposit comes through, like they text me. I run over there, I bust through my dispensary. I'm like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. I'm like, where's the CBD oil? Where's the oil? Well, fuck around. You know I need it for my joints. You know I need it. And it's in the game, man. I've taken a lot of LSD in my life, man. A lot. He got the Lizard King posters. I fuck with that, man. I took a lot. I went to the doctors to get a CAT scan. It was a rainbow. You guys ever take so much LSD, you start feeding your lava lamp fish food? I gotta chill out with that shit. While we on this topics of psychedelics, man. I ain't even gonna do that, bro, because I gave it away, man. This weed is good, bro. This weed is good.
Yeah.
This weed is good. I was smoking with hold on, I need to get a lit again, man. This shit is.
I got you, homie. Yeah.
Thank you, hell yeah. I had to get a haircut, bro. Hold on, I had to get a haircut. I'll tell you why. I used to look like Drake, you know what I'm saying? People. Well, I was like, nah, I look like Drake. When he was on Degrassi, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get a haircut, man. But yeah, man, I was smoking a blunt with my friend the other day, and he was like, hey Shaun, I just realized something, man. Every chick I've been with, big booties. all big booties. And I was like, cool, bro. Every chick I've been with, big hearts. All big hearts. I checked up on a chick I used to hook up with, online, as you do. She's a social worker now. She couldn't crack this case. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It was. She was all right, man, but she was like mom. She was like, it gave off mom vibes. She was like wholesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt wrong hooking up with her. It was like an erotic Seventh Heaven episode. You know what I'm saying? When we hooked up, that's what it felt like. I don't know. Her pussy has like vitamins. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's too wholesome. It's too pure, man. I don't know. But I understand Asian women now, man. I do, because I'm a fetish. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fetish. It's like, cerebral palsy is a fetish now, man. It's like, do you really like me for me, or you just want to straighten out my legs? You know what I'm saying? She wants to massage my legs. I'm like, wait till the third date. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a piece of meat. I would date, these dating apps, man. I don't know, man. I'm trying to swipe right. I keep on missing. I keep on going diagonal. It's my coordination. It's my coordination. What else, man? What else I want to talk about? I'm a big fan of morning sex, though. Anybody else? Yeah, I'm a big fan of morning sex, man. I'm just serving up one thing, man. Scrambled legs in the morning. Serving it up hot. Serving it up hot, man. What else I want to talk about, man? This is fire, bro.
Hell yeah.
This shit is fucking dope.
Shaun Keren.
Hell yeah. I look like look, my skin and the blunt like blend. I'm like, is this my finger or my blunt? Am I smoking my finger? Shit is wild, man. Bro, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. That's it, man. I'm good, bro,
Ladies and gentlemen, Shaun Keren! Yeah! Hi, tonight's show.
Yo, can I get the I don't know, bro. It's the palsy, bro. It's the coordination. And it's like.
So you legit have palsy, huh? Does the weed help with it?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Does it like calm it down?
Yeah, for sure. Like it I feel it throughout my whole body. It loosens everything up. It loosens my actual body, and it loosens my thoughts.
So you gotta get like that in your head too, huh?
Yeah, I feel tightened. I feel more tight. Like I feel more locked in my body. It's hard to explain, but like spiritually, you could feel it.
And were you taking anything before weed? Like they try to prescribe you things? Like,
I took a lot of shit, but not for my palsy. Now they're like, good luck. We're gonna put you into some special ed classes, give you some braces, but good luck.
Nuh-uh, for real, that's it, huh?
I mean, what was tricky was, what was cool was when I was 19, the doctors, they cut open my legs so I can walk better. So they cut open my left leg. They took a chunk of my hamstring, and put it in my calf. I'm like a Frankenstein in a way. You know what I'm saying?
They put it into your calf
to stretch out. Yeah, it's like called like calf lengthening. It's like lengthening to help me like stretch out. I know I walk like the Walking Dead now, but it was worse, bro. It was really worse, bro.
Whoa,
I used to work.
And so you used to wear braces and shit too.
When I was very, very young.
Oh, okay.
Like when I was a young lad, like 3 years.
And what did the doctors say when you were born? I mean, because usually they're like that's like way worse. Like the diagnosis, they usually say, "Oh,
I was born on the subway." No, I'm just joking. What do you mean? As far as like the diagnosis, they were like, it's something. I was in an incubator.
Really, and me too, man. Absolutely,
yeah. Bro, it's fucking warm, bro. It's like this kind of like. It's crowded. You got the lights. You got the warm lights.
It's exactly like birth.
I'm high. I was probably born high. Mom, is that you?
Oh man, you're fucking hilarious, dude. So have you always been doing jokes about?
Oh, I had to. No. People get it twisted. I had to for protection, bro. If I can make you laugh, I could charm you.
Right.
And
you chose.
So that. I did get in fights, but I never really won that many times. I got heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Tons of heart, man. I dig that. And so, you chose to joke about yourself first.
I have to.
Because that's what I did. Like,
You have to.
being a fat kid, just I'll make fun of my titties better than you can, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
man.
usually like a defense
Yeah,
mechanism.
for real. And it's like, if you can really do it and you're okay with it, because there's some people that try to do it and they're not okay with it. That just makes it awkward for everyone.
Was that for me? That was my introduction into comedy. It was like, okay, I can make fun of myself. What else?
Same thing with me. Like, but when I make fun of myself, I make sure that what I'm saying I can really laugh. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like, it takes it's like, yo, I got the power, bro. Like, there's nothing you could really do to me. Mm-hmm. I already know what you're gonna say or have an idea, and I'm more clever than you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do it better than you. Like, you could try it. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Try it out. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much how it is.
You're fucking hilarious, Shaun, man. So tell me about your Instagram? Shaun is balding?
Yeah, that's my Instagram. I'm still balding. I just shaved it off so it can blend in. You know what I mean? Blending action.
It looks good to me, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. But it is false advertising. I'm not athletic. I am not related to Vin Diesel. I don't even play soccer. I like Chelsea.
It's a good
football.
shirt. Fuck it. I'm not a businessman. I wear
Yeah,
bro. Is there anything coming up you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. I mean, you could hit me up on my Instagram. I'm gonna start doing more. What's it called? Stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had never done that before.
You got some shit to talk about.
like on the Instagram stories, like throughout your day.
Stories.
Throughout your day.
Yeah.
I try to be like an.
I want to see what you do all day.
Yeah, because I mean, where I live, but yeah, for sure. But like, I used to have the mentality of, I just realized this, like an old man, like, social media, comedy, not so social media. Nah, bro, it could be both. Like, it could be both.
Why not?
And it'll be fun, I think. So I'm gonna start doing stories on mine.
Look out for Shaun is balding.
My name is spelled differently than normal. So it's SHAUN is balding at Instagram. Or just you can find me on there, man.
Hi, Tonight Show, episode 18. Make some noise for Shaun Keren. It's fucking hilarious, man. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, one more RubiRosa. Woo!
Yo me siento bien profundo, yo pienso y me doy cuenta de que el tiempo me ha cambiado, soy diferente. Quizás fueron los tropiezos, los desprecios que mi vida a mí me cambiaron y ahora sigo siempre adelante, tratando de hacer todo perfecto. ¿Y a ti qué te importa? Tú de mí no sabes qué ha pasado por donde yo he pasado. Que tú hablas del maldito guero y a mí hasta me dispararon, contra mi vida atentaron y todavía sigo vivo caminando en este mundo, tratando de hacer algo nuevo, algo diferente y demostrarle a la gente lo que sale de mí después de haber vivido lo que yo he vivido. Muchas veces yo me siento bien profundo, yo pienso y me doy cuenta de que el tiempo me ha cambiado, soy diferente. Muchas veces yo me siento bien profundo, yo pienso y me doy cuenta de que el tiempo me ha cambiado, soy diferente. Muchas veces. LA is fire.
It's that LA shit out here.
Everybody in LA is cool.
Not too many cities
I
like this.
I like everybody. How everybody here is happy. I guess the weed keeps everybody happy.
RubiRosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah!
Suck on it. All of my boys, they ready to go up it.
You think you making noise, but that shit is sign. All of my niggas out here moving heavy. And if you tryna break bread, nigga, you ain't ready. Summer 17, out here for one reason. You already know it's that come up season.
Llegamos callados, escucha el silencio. Domingo contando, comienza la fiesta. Yo tengo los pesos, tengo los dólares, tengo los euros. También trae los pounds. Dime qué quieres, hay comida de perro. Todo el mundo.
Lo que está vendiendo, si yo me gano mi por ciento. 100%, dame mi dinero, a los callejeros dame todo lo que quiero.
100%, dame mi dinero, a los callejeros dame todo lo que quiero. Yo vine buscando todo, dame mi peso mío. Yo vine buscando todo, dame mi sueldo mío. Yo quiero todo mi río, yo quiero toda la prenda, guerra con el Panamera. Got this track this moment from
RubiRosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hi, Tonight Show.
Thank you. Enjoy it, man. My bad.
You killed that shit. Episode 18, ladies and gentlemen. That's a wrap. Thank you so much. Y'all guys have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I want to take you guys back to being 13 real fast. Y'all remember jerking each other off at Disney movies? Yeah, right? Going like to, you go to a Disney movie that's been out for like 2 weeks, so you can go to the corner and, you know, it's a lot of fun, right? And I remember going on this double date, and it was just supposed to be a double date with me and my homie, right? And then he goes to get some popcorn, my girl goes to get the bathroom, whatever, and his girl starts like messing around with me. Right? And I'm like, oh man, I feel bad. You're like my chick, you're my homie's bitch and shit. And she's like, it's okay, they're making out in the hallway. Like, what the fuck is going on? We're 13 watching a Disney movie. Why is all this swinger shit happening? Like, it's really weird. I don't know.
It's funny.
That's middle school, right, guys?